What I'm about to share with you guys today is something that has the potential to make you extremely rich. So I want you to really pay attention to this. Now, when it comes to making money, when it comes to making millions of dollars, there is something called the law of affection. What the law of affection means in its simplest terms is that the more people that you affect, the more money that you will make. So in order to make millions, you have to impact millions. Now, this is honestly your best shot at becoming a millionaire and becoming extremely rich, is using this law to your advantage. So the law of affection states that the more lives that you affect with an entity that you control, whether it's yourself, your business, service, whatever it is, the more lives that you affect in scale or in magnitude, the richer that you will become. So put simply, this means if you are able to affect millions of people in a positive way, then you will make millions of dollars. Now, what you have to understand is that the law of affection is not a theory. The law of affection is based on solid mathematical numbers, because if you help 1 million people do pretty much anything, it's almost impossible for you to not get rich. Now, if you look at most people out there right now who are working the job, most people make a really low income. And if you look at the reason why they make a low income, it's because they're not using the law of affection to their advantage. It's because they're not providing enough value to a large enough amount of people, or they're not providing a large amount of value to a small amount of people. Getting rich is not complicated. Getting rich is actually really simple. If you want to get rich, the law of affection states that you must either provide a large amount of value to a small number of people, or you must provide a small amount of value to a large number of people. So what you want to do is you want to think of this in terms of scale and in terms of magnitude. Magnitude is simply how much you affect somebody or how much value you deliver to somebody, while scale is simply the number of people that you are able to deliver value to. Now, if you get even just one of these parts of the equation right, for example, if you are able to deliver a small amount of value to a large number of people, such as what I'm doing with this YouTube video, you have the potential to make millions of dollars. But if you potentially want to make billions of dollars, then what you want to do is you want to satisfy the scale and the magnitude portions of this equation, meaning you'd be providing a massive amount of value to a large number of people. If we were to look at top entertainers and top athletes, people who are making millions upon millions of dollars a year, the thing that these guys have in common is that they have satisfied the requirements of this law. Now, on the flip side, if you look at struggling entertainers or if you look at struggling athletes, the reason these people are not making millions of dollars is not because they don't have the same level of skills as the athletes and entertainers at the top. The reason that they're not making millions of dollars is simply because they haven't garnered a large enough audience, or they haven't satisfied the scale portion of the equation. Because if you're an athlete and you're not playing in the top leagues, you're not going to get broadcasted to tens or even hundreds of millions of people out there in order for you to provide value to those people. So you're going to get paid accordingly. If you want to make millions of dollars, then you have to get out there and you have to figure out a system or some type of way to satisfy the law of affection. If you think about it in terms of numbers, if you were able to provide even a small amount of value to at least 1 million people, even if that value was only worth, say, $3 or $4, that would net you something like $3 or $4 million. And the way that this is achieved is through scale. So regardless of the system that you are using to try to get rich, you always want to think in terms of scale and in terms of magnitude. So in other words, how many people are you helping and what level of value are you providing to those people? That is the power of the law of affection. And the more that you understand this law, the closer that you will be to getting rich.